All right, let's hop into it, huh? We've got a kind of sweet meta responsive take on green aggro here with a blue splash. So, the big bad in the format is definitely the Grixis Epiphany deck. It's the most represented deck at Worlds, and the green deck is okay there, but can't always consistently race it. So this deck is looking to, get some moist green here, soggy green, with Decisive Denial, as well as Malevolent Hermit to counter non-creature spells. We also gain Rootcoil Creeper as a card that allows us to ramp while also attack reasonably as well. At the pretty typical Wrenn and Seven Chariot top end. And then out of the sideboard, we get, kind of Test of Talents as a way to take all those epiphanies away. I'm interested to see if, these 7 non-snow lands really hurt us. One thing to note is that this deck only has 3 more non-snow lands than typical mono green does, because typical mono green usually plays 4 layer of the Hydra, so we're giving up creature lands in this build and a little bit of snow consistency for these counter spells effectively. So let's jump on into some games. We're going to want to think about, does this splash feel worthwhile, or do we think we would be better off just playing mono green? Sometimes if your queue time is high Abyssal, you want to just relog. You won't have a problem, or stop cancel the queue and restart it. Sometimes it hangs. Yeah, this looks pretty good. Sodded, thanks for the 2 years. And Sporadic, thanks for the 22 months. Welcome back. Perfect. Turn 1 land. Definitely looking like a spell here. Denial was good when I tried it in a Delver deck. Delver still sucked though. Mood. An irate. Have a removal spell, and we're thinking about it. Probably just playing Kazandu next turn. They're early sweepers before burn down the house. Only deal 2 damage, so both of these won't die. I don't think there's a 4 mana thing I could possibly want to counter. Just get my pressure into play before we start being reactive. Thanks for the over 3 years, Corvmex. Welcome back. Confirmed Grixis. Blizzard Brawl's looking real mediocre here unless they have a Smoldering Egg. Or use Galvanic Blast to kill one of my things here. Hopefully they're not killing both of them. Oh, geez. That's brutal. Yikes. Well, I mean, we've got 7 power at least. This is right to run out here. They need like land 1 mana spell, play with fire. Well, I meant burn down the house when I said play with fire, but yeah, here we are. Yikes. Drawing 2 Blizzard Brawls in this matchup is real rough. Gosh, and if I don't draw a spell to play next turn, this is gonna flip, letting them gain a life. Brittle. Bite a bird? Yeah, something like that. Really want to draw a creature here. Oh, that's an interesting interaction. You could flip it today, and then by not casting a spell, you flip it back to night immediately. I hadn't thought about that. Morning, Ricky Bobby. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I should Decisive Denial this. No, I guess I could just Decisive Denial both the Time Walks on the stack, right? But you can counter the copy. Hey, do they have an unsummon? Alright, counter spells looked pretty decent there. 4 Blizzard Brawl out, 4 Test of Talents in. Click submit. Do I want Snakeskin Veil and or Toski here? I could want Outland Liberator here. Wrenn and Seven's kind of slow overall, right? Yeah, I kind of like the idea of Outland Liberator. It's just more turn 2 pressure too. It gives me 16 2-drops. Let's try this. Yeah, and yeah, all of the Grixis lists from Worlds are playing Leer. So you should expect that to become the norm. As an FYI. Which maybe because of that. Actually, so one of the really nice things about this build, yeah, I was just about to say, we don't have to leave dedicated fight spells in our deck because Decisive Denial is also a fight spell. This is pretty great. Thanks for the half a year, Lego. Welcome back. The idea behind the cards in this deck list are the person on the internet who I copied it from was playing these cards, so I'm playing them this morning to start. Untapped land tier would be great. Nice. Nailed it. I am in fact a filthy little nut digger. We just let this happen. It's weird that this doesn't exile the copy you're targeting. Feels strange to me. It does. Counter target instant or sorcery spell. Search its controller's graveyard, hand, and library for any number of cards with the same name and exile them. That player then draws a card for each card exiled this way from their hand. What part of this rules text says it exiles? Yeah, the rules text here doesn't... Oh, the first line puts it into the graveyard mid-resolution. Okay. That makes sense, I guess. Oh, I can't even counterspell this. Wow, this is just gross. Yeah, so like, the only counterplay, meaningful counterplay against their deck is counterspells. And this just says, I can no longer play counterspells. And that's a tapped land. So like, yeah, alright. Well, here we are. Yeah, I probably should have tested talents the memory deluge. Yeah. And, a number of people that I saw that are really good Magic players commented on, they felt like they were ahead with the blue-red Epiphany deck against most people, and playing this Grixis variation that's being played at Worlds, they feel like they're not playing the same format. Yeah, with the bounce spells, it's pretty hard to kill the Leer, because if you go to kill it, they'll just use Fading Hope to bounce it in response. See some folks using the triple D command, by the way, this morning. I've decided to split off some of my Magic content on YouTube to a new channel called the Daily Deck Digest. I'll be posting one deck video there every single day that'll be a little bit different than the long form content you're used to on my regular channel. This new channel will be more edited content with some of that downtime that you find in live stream content removed. Its goal is going to be to post a deck tech 2 to 3 matches featuring a deck, and then a wrap up afterwards. You know, even when a deck has a good run, there's still matches that like really weren't very interesting or worth watching. Yeah, it'll be if you're someone that watches my Pokemon Unite content, it's going to be Magic content structured very similarly to how I've structured my Pokemon content. Alright, our start's very solid here. We're going to go threat into threat into threat, hold counters up. Put this into play tapped and play Hermit this turn. And then we can play untapped land, second Mammoth next turn. Something that is worth noting for folks with the daily deck channel. If you're someone that watches all of my content, you have time to consume everything, it will be redundant content for you. It is not new direct to YouTube content. It's going to be reusing live content, kind of the best highlights from my live stuff. And my previously existing channel will continue to exist with its long form content as it always has. That's not going anywhere. This will be an extra in addition to, not instead of. Well, that's a great draw. Come on, cast your Epiphany. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. Opponent learning the true tilt that is discard spells. Got him. Easy clap. Thanks for the follows, Dark Dubs and Freebird. Welcome to the channel this morning. I mean, we saw the power of having counter spells there, right? Like, good chance if we're just typical mono green, we get interacted with and run over by their top end. So really kind of showing off the strength of this build in that matchup. Hey, congrats, multiple. Yeah, seems super reasonable. Welcome back. All right, and now we'll get to see if we're behind in the mirror match. Let's go double 2-drop here. Yeah, Cletus seems very good. Prismari Command's a great card right now for sure. Oh, they're green-red. Okay. Werewolves is a deck I want to get back around to playing. We played that the first week and it felt okay. Maybe more Goldspan Dragons than, Hey, thanks for the Prime Covert, man. Welcome back. It might be right to play untapped lands here to leave Rootcoil Creeper up, so that way if they kill this, they can't kill Wrenn.
Rich soil grows mighty forests.
It's a pretty solid +1. Not bad .jpg. Yeah, so they'll crew it end of turn here. So they can get the treasure for Magda. I did forget to switch to the foil snow-covered island. Hey, the friendly Viking, thanks for the 2 months. Welcome back. So, my plan here is to go ahead and I think we have these two fight. This gives them another treasure, but I want to not trade these here, and I want to keep Wrenn alive. Okay, draw. Am I just plussing this again? Might just be plussing this again. I think I'm going to get greedy a little bit here.
We will help you find safe ground.
Oh, that's kind of sick. This plus drawing us hermits to disturb back is nice. I didn't think about that. Just chill for a second here. We'll get to fire up a second Tree Folk. We've got a lot of mana, but we're relatively ahead other than that. I guess they could. Maybe we should start pressuring because Ranger class is a little bit threatening. Thanks for the 2 months, the friendly Viking. Yeah, I'm curious to see how the deck highlight channel is going to do. I think my plan is to try and do it for at least 6 months or so to start. It can take a while for things like that to get rolling. Good. So if I down tick Wrenn and then I kill this, Wrenn is going to die, but I think that's fine.
From root to canopy, the trees are mighty.
Inscription sounds good against another green deck. They're almost certainly a Wrenn and Seven deck themselves, I would wager, so Fading Hope seems fine. We just trim Malevolent Hermit here. Just trim the Hermit, I think. I'd go down to Denial and 2 Hermits. Can a Coward split the difference here? I feel like I'm probably supposed to mulligan this on the draw. My opponent's taken 1 mulligan. YOLO. If we draw a spell here on 1, I'm probably going to play one of these as a land to guarantee these on 4. Yeah, we get 2 shots at a 2-drop. We have 10 of those. And they mulligan, so if their hand's not insane, like, we're probably dead to a turn 3 Chariot. Morning, Merlin. Welcome back. This could be a turn 3 Wrenn out of them, even, too. I really hate when they call decks like that Teamer Treasure decks. Like, it's not a Teamer deck. It's a red-green deck being played in a format where things are so skewed you have to splash counter spells into your red-green deck. I am not intending to host another Historic tournament until Historic receives significant bans or gets a set release that has a meaningful impact. We're gonna play some Historic on stream, but I'm definitely expecting Standard to be more meaningfully interesting than that format. I think we Mammoth plus Brawl here. Custom ban list tournaments are not popular. There is a vocal minority that always says they like the idea of custom ban list tournaments, but people do not show up to play in them and they do not watch them. Got some Cadillacs ready to go, Chip. Top 3 cards to ban in Historic. Yeah, I like that answer. Memory Lapse, and then a couple other cards I can't remember. Super happy with this trade with 2 more Chariots in hand. Just like, yes, please. Do you explain why Memory Lapse is bad? Historic's problems are far more deep than just Memory Lapse. The current struggle with the existing Historic format is a simple case of the control decks have an overbearing number of powerful tools, of which Memory Lapse is on the list, but it's very far from the only one. Lightning Helix, Wrath of God, Anger of the God, Memory Lapse. There is a critical mass of powerful control tools. And there's too many flexible, generically good answers. Yeah, Archmage's Charm, Prismari Command. Yeah, it has better card advantage in selection. Even post Brainstorm ban with Expressive Iteration, you have better card selection than other decks. The catalyst for me trying to invest more into YouTube was CGB posting that he makes $500,000 a year from YouTube ads. I assumed the ceiling on Magic YouTube content was much lower than that. And it was not worth my time to spend energy on YouTube. I was wrong. It is incredibly shocking. Yeah. I figured the ceiling, like, I assumed he made a full-time living on just ads, but I assumed it was like a third to maybe half of what he was making. Like, so actually, Kedix, if you have YouTube Premium, my understanding of that is if you watch a video with YouTube Premium, that person that made that content gets paid for all of the ads on that video like you watched them. So feeling what's it called here, the splash a little bit. If I had a third snow, I could Blizzard Brawl this, but I can't. YouTube Premium pays out based on watch time. I mean, that's how ads pay out to Silent, so it's effectively the same. You only get paid for the time people are watching. So, you get to counter this Ranger class at least. It's a nice clean 1-for-1 and a card that's usually better than a 2-for-1. The other part of the reason I'm finally starting to do some shorter YouTube stuff is I've been doing some editing stuff for Pokemon Unite content anyways, so I'm structuring my Magic edited stuff similar to how I've done the Pokemon Unite stuff. Well, we talked about the splash hurting us. These Decisive Denials look really good here. Like, really, really good, huh? The easiest way for you to help people's YouTube stuff is, you know how creators tell you, like, robots to like, comment, and subscribe? Liking and commenting videos tells YouTube, hey, people, I should do stuff with this video because people are engaging with it. The number one thing YouTube cares about is engagement. So yeah, if you watch every video on my new channel start to finish and you tap the like button and you leave a comment, all of that does wonders for it. Nope, you can post total nonsense. YouTube doesn't care, it just wants engagement. Engagement for the engagement gods, chat. Yes, clicking through to the recommended videos at the end, another thing that it likes. Because the number one thing YouTube cares about is, did people stay on the platform? And we get to play this Hermit out. That's true. My YouTube comment is nonsense as an average case YouTube content. Yeah, that's fine. You got me. No blocks. Man, our blue cards looked really good there, huh? Like, Decisive Denial was great. The land hurt us on Blizzard Brawl a touch there until the end, but like, Decisive Denial is like, seemed like the real deal. I am just gonna board the same way we did last time. I am gonna trim one of these and bring in a couple of these, because this card's probably pretty reasonable here too. So maybe I cut all the Hermits and I leave all the Decisive Denials in. I guess Denial's a little bit worse on the draw. That's a little bit worse on the draw. Let's do that. Let's more like I did last time. Should put caps to the stream channel that we broke standard. Maybe. Maybe. We just do that. Try and get these down and draw some cards. So this is an interesting / awkward tension in our deck, where if I play Snarl here to get it untapped early, if I play Snarl early to get it untapped, I then don't have Blizzard Brawl active on 3 is a give and take that we have here. There's not a lot of diversity at the top of the Twitch food chain. Yeah, it's almost like all of those neckbeards that complain that women have it easier on Twitch are fucking idiots and they're wrong. It's almost like that's the case, chat. I think I'm just doing this here to be mana efficient, because I'm hopefully going to draw some spells next turn. And for reference, on the Twitch earnings leak, I believe it was 3% of top earners on Twitch are women. It's an incredibly small metric. So, definitely just taking this hit. We want to draw our cards on the backswing and try and get caught up here. The Worlds Broke It video got more views for 2 reasons. 1, it uses a clickbaity thumbnail, and 2, it was the only Magic video I uploaded that day, which is actually why, a good example of why I'm starting the second channel. We are super dead, fam. Flunge. Yikes. Wait. Did they just mess up? Are they dead on the backswing? They're... Friendo. Right? Because this is... 10... No, I only have 12 on the backswing. Rats. We're so close. We're so close to being able to kill them. Right, because this is 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 8, 12. Alright, I think I do this and leave myself dead to removal and just like play another Cadillac here. I think is my plan. Oh, we're just dead to them activating this with trample, right? Yeah. With Unnatural Growth, I kind of want more counterspells in my deck. This is also better on the play against, like, rangers and stuff. I'm gonna trim a couple of these if they're more aggressive and bring in more cheap counterspells. I mean, definitely just turn 3 Chariot now, right? Never not turn 3 Chariot on the play. Let's go. Let's go. Do 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 do. Think I'd rather do this than hold up Denial along with this. Yeah, rewarded. Oh. How are my troll noises, fam? Are they up to par? Twitch chat should be full of experts on troll noises since it's their native language. I'm pretty sure the trolls typically say actually instead of intimidating grunts. That's fair. Sculptor is pretty good with the old growth troll enchantment, huh? Some strong. We're in an okay spot. I have a fight spell here. That's pretty bad. Deals 2 and kills my thing and gains some life. Yikes. Are we dead? It kind of feels like we're dead, fam. Oh yeah, I totally forgot to share that this morning, and I meant to. The Pokemon Company has decided that I'm a creator worth working with. And the boys are so excited. So my Pokemon rep that I've been talking to told me he sent a few things over. And then this giant box ended up on my doorstep, and the kids were really excited. They are super into Pokemon cards right now. That Ranger's class is gonna bury us here. Does that mean Jeff is a Pokemon, and if so, which one? You'll find out during Costume Week. Alright, that's a Blizzard Brawl of our own. That gives me slightly less terrible attacks. They're still pretty terrible, but we gotta get while the getting is good here, so. Oh, I need to play this land out, because I didn't actually have 3 snow things. So speaking of Pokemon cards and Heracross, a Heracross from my childhood is the one Pokemon card I have sitting here in the pile of miscellaneous TCG cards on my desk. Copyright 2000, Nintendo Creatures and Game Freak. I was very excited when they put him in raids in Pogo, so I could finally get one, because he's a South America exclusive. Yeah, we need more bugs in Unite. Crystal's the only one right now. You had to read the date. Yeah, I chose violence this morning when I woke up. Got my wonderful Spirit Dragon t-shirt. Pairs nicely with the Nico Cola shirt I also have. The Coalescence folks are very clever. They're good. They're good at what they do. Currently wearing a Nico Cola shirt. That's great. You'll love to see it. Ghostfire now in lemon lime flavor. Yeah, I don't know that we have a recovery mechanic from here. The counter spells felt good the first game, but these ranger classes seem like they leave us a little bit behind in the pseudo mirror here. Immediately punished for my block. I get to do this. And then I get to force a trade here. This kills their 2-2. Run the no blocks here. Okay, so Decisive Denial fights the pup. I attack with everything. They eat a 2-2. They trade a 3-3. They go to 1. I think that's the play. I have a 2-2 left over. I guess I could also just attack with this, and then this trades off with something that I have 2/2/2s left over still. Maybe that's better. It's our best draw here, Wrenn and Seven. Chariot's pretty good too. Inscription of Abundance would be great. Whoa, that's aggressive. Okay, so Inscription of Abundance is lethal. This is not terrible. I guess they have a 6/6 on defense now, though. So what's our best series of draws next turn? It's like draw Blizzard Brawl, and then draw with Werewolf Pack Leader, hit another fight spell that's instant. Really surprised they didn't attack with the Troll. I guess this forces a block. So Blizzard Brawl, definitely the best draw in my deck here. How about a land? Is that the best draw in my deck? Okay, so we're dead next turn, so we're just gonna go ahead and attack here, and we're hoping to draw an Inscription of Abundance, I think, is the plan. Even that might not be enough. Another land's definitely not gonna do it. Close game. Definitely had significantly more lands than the opponent there, which didn't help too much at the end. So the 10 months, King of DC. Yeah, I don't think Solar Beam Sludge Bob Venusaur is particularly playable, and Petal Dance Giga Drain Venusaur is very, very good in Unite. For sure. You gotta get to that 3.5 year before you get to the 4-year Demox. In fact, something I'm really excited about with the sub-badge rebranding we're gonna have coming up is we're gonna be adding half-year badges. Twitch added half-year badges a little while ago, and I didn't get updates to my things to add them in, so I'm excited to have them moving forward. I think we keep this, just hope to draw an untapped land on too. Hey, thanks for the 34 months in, yeah? They made this cheaper, so I get to do it again. Thanks for the tier 3. Are you in one of the countries that has adjusted regional pricing now? Sick. That's exactly what we wanted. Cool. Yeah, we're gonna have and not only that, but we're gonna have badges done through 7.5 years, which should cover everybody on the channel for a little bit. And Tumos is the OG there at 73. You don't need a sub badge. I don't know. The new sub badges are pretty cool. You might change your mind. You can definitely change it on the desktop. Hundred, 110%. Maybe I'm supposed to Rootcoil Creeper here first, actually, because it gives me additional blue mana. I'm gonna go ahead and trade this for the troll here. It's for the Follow Grim. Take a pretty big hit this turn. I think I'm actually going to go ahead and trade this Hermit for the Lair of the Hydra, because the Lair threatens to be larger next turn. For people wondering why I didn't make a Troll before blocks here, the Troll enters tapped. So we'll do that at end of turn. Hermit getting to block twice in the creature matchups also is kind of reasonable. Definitely want to get Slasher out of here. I don't think I want to attack here. I think I want to just chill. We're kind of low. If I like attack and they play another Haster, I get into a lot of trouble. Their pack leader is going to trade with my 4/4 is a little bit unfortunate, in addition to drawing them a card. Really surprised not to see pack leader come across. Aldrin's Epiphany desperately needs to be banned. The rest of standard is super reasonable. Yeah, it worked here, Tumos. I see your 73-month sub badge now.
They prepare for war.
Hey, thanks for the 35 months, Death. As a heads up, I'm expanding to do some new stuff on YouTube. You can check it out. Definitely just blocking everything here. Yeah, hopefully no Ember Cleave. Now, if we're professional, we'll plus this and we'll bin another Malevolent Hermit. Trying Faceless Haven is a fine consolation prize. Sweet, Death. If you're someone who watches everything, my new YouTube stuff probably isn't for you. It's more concise content. So not quite dead yet, but they get to level this up, which is real scary. Was the next card? What a tilter. So I'm definitely casting this. The question then becomes, am I plussing Wrenn or am I just down ticking it to get another Tree Folk right away? Now, I think my instincts say Chariot is probably fine. I think Prismari Command, as well as other decks that are good inside of combat, can likely be fine against Chariot. The problem with Epiphany is the only profitable way to interact with Epiphany is counter spells, which means you shouldn't interact with it. You should just kill your opponent faster. Which doesn't lead to particularly healthy or exciting deck building. It really narrows deck building. I'm gonna get a little aggressive here and just start attacking. A lot of the types of decks that can be competitive against Chariot aren't playable because they can never beat... we're super dead, got it. Because they can never beat Epiphany is the problem. So the 2 months cahoots. These two both trample, so I believe this is lethal. Yeah, I think it was right for me to attack with this because I do need to try and end the game here, but feels a little bad to end up dying exactly because of it. The more turns I give my opponent with level 3 Ranger class, the less of a chance I have to win because of the kind of snowbally turns like you saw there. I'm supposed to have Outland Liberator in against these Ranger class decks. I'm gonna be closer to mono green in this matchup, I think. This is a spell. Yeah, definitely a spell. Arrgh. I'm gonna play Old Growth Troll here so they don't have the option to level this and then attack. Thanks, Blade. That deck is hilarious. I describe decks like Treasure Flare as slap happy magic, which is a fun thing to embark in on occasion. I don't think I want to trade these. Because if I attack, they double block, and then we trade a 4/4 for a 2/3 effectively. No Chariot is good for us. You gonna trade that for a Mammoth? I would say that would surprise me. So they're gonna flip it to night next turn? Potentially. I think I'm okay trading Mammoth for their 3/3. Sweet. Crunch. Or some other slap-happy decks. I mean, Tibalt's Trickery is technically a deck like that. It's just more powerful, so people dislike it. Well, let them have their cards here. Well, so part of the problem is, Beck, Worlds isn't really going to provide a good sample size because there's so many Epiphany decks that once you remove the non-mirror matches, there isn't going to be much left to look at, right? Is this lethal? This is exactly 15, right? Probably have a deal 3 here. Burning Hands, brutal. then this is 8, 10. We're probably dead on the backswing. We'll see. I think blue-white tempo has a chance to win Worlds, maybe? I think the blue-white tempo deck is good against the decks that aren't Grixis, and I don't know how it plays into Grixis, because the Grixis deck feels like it's on a different level than other things in the format. Eight. Going to 1. Man, the Exacxes, chat. Yes, Wizards, we'll have to we can manually farm the win rates back, but yeah, Wizards of the Coast usually has MTG Melee turn off the automatic stats on the Wizards official events, which is like really funny. So, overall, this kind of went how I was expecting it to go. The counter spells felt like a meaningful improvement in the Aldrin's Epiphany matchups, but they felt like they put us a little bit behind in the green mirror matches, specifically the lack of Rangers class, as well as a decrease of consistency on Blizzard Brawl, were both things that I really felt playing against the other green decks. So I definitely don't think it's a case of this deck is strictly better than mono green, so much as we're just taking some different trade-offs, right? We're giving up percentages in one matchup for percentage points in another. So I think this is probably a fine metagame choice if you want to hedge the Epiphany decks, but you should know that you're going to end up behind a bit against other similar decks without the splash.